Hello, you gorgeous, beautiful people out there getting slim, trying to get slim, wishing they could get slim. Already got slim and couldn't give a flying fig tree about getting slim. It is day 259 of my Mounjaro journey. Happy Saturday, happy Weigh Day Saturday, the 10th of May 2025. And today is week 38. The start of week 38. So, Weigh Day results, guys, Weigh Day results. So, you've probably seen me victory dance. And you think, what? What do you mean you haven't seen me victory dance? Stop now. Pause this and go and see me victory dance. Yeah, so, if you've watched me victory dance, then you'll already know what I've lost. But for those of you I've missed out on me fabulous dancing with my dog as well. Yeah, my dog joined in. Then this week I have lost, drumroll, 1 pound. Yay! See, I'm happy with a pound nowadays. When you've been on it so long and your weight loss slows down, which it does. Oh, there's a yawn. Oh, we have to have the yawn, it's a thing. And it does slow down. And I don't mind it slowing down. Then, you know, if you lose a pound or half a pound, 1.5. So I think I've had 2 weeks in a row losing 1.5, which was good. Quite pleased with that. This week's a pound, and considering I have had ice cream and stuff this week, so I think that's quite good. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm very happy with that. So yeah. So my total weight loss is now 5 stone and 1 pound. My weight is 12 stone. So I need half next week so that I'm 11 stone something. So half or above would be nice for next week. That would be lovely. I go away to Benidorm in 5 weeks or 4 weeks? Something like that, can't remember. 15th of June anyway, whenever that is. I think it's 5 weeks, I think. So I was hoping to be 5.5 stone off for my holiday, which is doable, it's achievable. So we shall see. So I need another £6 by then. I've had a busy day today. I've got washing done, managed to get it on the line, all nice and dry. I've got piles from yesterday and I've got piles from last week that I haven't put away. Is anybody else like that? I've got like an armchair in my living room, in my bedroom, and it's usually piled with clothes of stuff that either needs putting away or stuff that I think I'll wear that again tomorrow or the next day. You know, so they end up staying on there, and then I'll wear something else, and then I'll think, well, I don't want to put that away because I can still wear that another once or twice. Especially if I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sat around. So, and then I jumped in the car, went to pick my grandson up and took him to, we have what's called Stewart's Park, and it's quite a big, it's got a lot of ground, a lot of area. Great for taking the kids for kicking a football about and then just to run around on the grass because it's huge, huge park. All Roman was interested on was the play area and playing on the swings. It's all he's bothered about. He wasn't bothered about going to see the animals. In fact, he had a bit of a tantrum. I was like, excuse me, I'm not having this. He's like, well, I want to go back on the swings. And I said, well, it's not all about you. I said, I need to go and have a little sit down. We'll go to the cafe, come on. And he said, ah. So I said, right, that's it. I'm not standing for this bad behaviour. If there's one thing I can't stand is tantrums with kids. I just do not entertain it whatsoever at all, ever. I don't stand for it. So I was like, right, you got 2 choices. We either go home now, bearing in mind we'd only been there about 20 minutes or something like that, straight on the swings, and I'm pushing the swings, and I just need to have a little sit down. And we were meant to go and have a nice walk around the park and feed the squirrels and things like that, and they have little animals and stuff, you know. So I didn't want to be just there. at the playground bit. And my plan was to go and have a little walk around and then come back that way and, then can have a play. But no, I was on right paddy. So I said, you can either behave yourself or we're going home. Your choice. But I'm not having this. And he's like, well, stop winding me up, Nana. I said, I'm not winding you up. I'm being very serious. What's it going to be? One or the other? I said, anyway, let me know when you decide. And I just started walking off. And he was like, I want to carry on. Nearly 6-year-old. I'm like, no, I'm not having that. Anyway, after a bit, he caught up with me. It's not fair. I said, well, life is not always fair, son. But we're not having that behaviour. Anyway, it was all right 2 minutes later. They always are, aren't they? But it's one thing, I just won't stand for it. It doesn't work with me. It doesn't wash with me. In fact, the bigger the tantrum you do, the less likely it is that you are to get your own way. I do the opposite. I will actually get you in the car and take you home. Do you know what I mean? That's how much I can't stand tantrums. Because it's all about getting their own way. And they have to learn in life that they can't always get their own way. I'm an evil Nana. He loves me, really. So that was fun and games for all of 5 minutes. And then we had a little bit of a mooch, but we just couldn't find the route to go for this walk, you know what I mean? So, and the finish is dark. So we ended up sitting and having ice cream, and then we just went back to the play area. I played there for another hour or so. So I'm absolutely worn out. Then he was like, can we go to McDonald's? I was like, come on then. Do you know, every time I go to McDonald's, I say, why? Why did I do it? Why? The food is absolutely bloody awful. Awful. And I had a very stressful, very, very stressful situation. So I went through the drive-through and I was getting something for Roman's mum and dad, Sean and Charlotte. So I was like, I want 2 steakhouse stackers, wherever it is, and with chocolate milkshakes, please. Happy Meal cheeseburger and a chocolate milkshake, and a cheeseburger meal chocolate milkshake. Gets to the payment bit, pays, not even thinking about anything about how much it is or anything, just pay. Gets to the next window, passes me the drinks. There's only 3 drinks. I said, oh, there should be 4 drinks. He said, well, we've only got 3. I said, can you tell me what's on them? What have you got there then? So he's like, we've got 1 stackable. I said, no. That should be 2. I said, if I give you my card, can you fix it, please, and add it on? Oh, I can't. We can't do that from here. I mean, you're all stood next to each other. They're all stood next to each other like this. You know, you've got your speaker, you've got your window where you pay, and then you drive 2 metres away to the window where you collect your stuff. And I said, well, can't you just add it on? No, I'm sorry, we can't. I said, but you've made the mistake. I said, so what am I supposed to do? She said, I'm sorry, you have to come inside and order. I was like, are you joking? Straight away I was dead stressed, so stressed. I said, so I have to go and park the car up, get my grandchild out of the car, come in there, queue up, even though I've already just queued up for the drive-through, to put another order on. I said, can I just give you my card and you can just go and do that for me now? And I'll wait in the car park while you bring the rest of my order. No, I'm really sorry, we can't do that. Oh, well, that was it. I was fuming, stressed, anxiety, through the roof, through the fucking roof. So it goes in there. It's all these machines, isn't it? And they stress me out. Doesn't take much to trigger me anxiety. Now, I know I could have probably went to the desk and ordered, but there was queues a mile long at the desk, and I thought, just get it ordered. Anyway, I finally managed to find my way around that and pay for it. And then I was stood back away from the counter waiting for the number to come up. It was getting near to my number. The noise, oh my God. I know I'm proper having a rant now, aren't I? It started off as a nice day till I went there. But the noise near the counter, oh my God. There's all the talking and the, right, we need this, we need that, shouting out the orders and number 69, and then I could hear this beep, 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 and I'm just like, and one of the staff come over and said, are you all right? I said, not really, no. I said, I've already been through the drive-through, but they messed my order up and now we've had to come in here and order again. What is it you're waiting for? I said, I'm waiting for a steak stacker or whatever it's called. I said, oh, let's have a look. Oh, it won't be long. Sorry about that. I just stood there. And then this woman come from the outside up to the counter, staff. Is anybody waiting for a drive-through to order? I said, yes, I am. I'm waiting for this stackable and a cheeseburger and a Happy Meal. She said, oh yeah, here it is. I thought, yeah, that's getting cold. The drinks had been in the warm car, so they were all melting, the nice cold milkshakes. And I thought, do you need help with it to the car? I said, no, just need to get out of here. And then another staff member, are you all right? I'm like, no, I just need to hurry up and get out of here. I need to get out of here. She said, I'll see if it's ready for you. Anyway, she got it like. And she said, is there anything? I said, no, I have to get out. Do you need some help? No, let me get out. Oh, honestly, I could have cried. I felt like crying. So stressful. And it was like a crowd of people around the areas when everyone's talking and the noise of the beeps and the... So then we get the food. Takes it back to my son's, which is probably about 8 minutes drive away. So by then, you know it's going to be pretty much cold because they're only in paper bags, aren't they? So that they don't stay warm. My burger looked like it had been sat on. Honestly, it looked like it had been sat on. The chips were all bendy and chewy, as if they'd been shoved in a microwave for a few minutes and brought out and all. I couldn't even eat the chips. They were absolutely minging. And every time I go, I say, why on earth did I go to McDonald's? This is it. I am never going to McDonald's again, ever. That's it. We're done with McDonald's. The food is absolute shite. I ate the burger. I wasn't enjoying it, but I thought, I've got it now. This is my tea. Just get it down your neck, Arlene. It was shit. It's like it had been steamed or something. It was like soggy, squashed. Just nothing appealing about it at all. Nothing. So yes, that's me moan about McDonald's. Now Burger King. I love Burger King. Their chips are always nice and crisp and crunchy. Their burgers are lovely. But McDonald's is shite. Load of shite. So I don't know how many calories I've had. Probably 3,000 calories. That wasn't even worth it. And I do feel a bit there. Plus I'd had ice cream in the park, so yeah. And I've still got half a milkshake in the fridge because I couldn't finish that. I'd rather have gone and had Indian curry, I think, tonight. That's what I would have preferred. Right, so I've had a good rant. I've had a good moan. I feel like I'm a right rant about stuff this week. I'm fed up as well. I'm trying to do the TikTok selling, you know, where you promote the products and stuff. But they're barely getting any views, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to sell anything TikTok if you're not putting them out there? I mean, I had to really push one of them out yesterday, like really push, and nobody still bought anything. But at least I got a few more views. I think it's had about 300 views, where it was just stuck on about 70. So I was sharing it with everybody, saying, please do some engagement for me. And, you know, then it might trigger the algorithm to get it out there. Yeah, and one I did last week with the medicine cabinet, that had 13,500 views, and I sold 27 of them, and they were brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what's the point? What is the point, TikTok? Yeah, so if anyone wants to go and buy anything off my showcase, feel free to go and have a look. Tell you what, guys, you've missed out on some bargains yesterday. They had the gravity chairs, 2 gravity chairs, 2 for £45, something and free shipping. Sold out now. It weren't the black ones though, or the grey. They had like blues and pinks and lilacs and greens and orange and things, which I think quite nice. But anyway, so their ones are sold out. So I've just put some other ones on. I think they're about £64 for the pair, which is still good. Still good. So yeah, or 35 for one. Free shipping though, free shipping. So yeah, so go and have a look at my showcase, see if there's anything you fancy. Try and get me a little bit of commission, guys. Not that I'm bothered. Just frustrating, isn't it, when you do the work and you just don't get the views, and it's like, well, why am I bothering? Why? I'm in one of them moods today, aren't I? I am. The McDonald's has finished me off. Mood, put me in a mood. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Keep shrinking, guys. I hope you've had a lovely day in the sunshine. Been glorious here. And I hope you've got good results for your weight loss. Keep shrinking. Mwah.